I was one of those girls who thought that I had to be boho chic to be spiritual. I thought I had to be vegan to be spiritual. I thought I had to have locks to be spiritual, go on ayahuasca retreats to be spiritual, do all the things that don't really resonate with me just to look like I'm spiritual. Wear crystals to be spiritual. All these things that I thought I had to be just to look like I'm spiritual, just to look like I'm healing. It never made me happy. It never resonated with me. It was just something that someone else told me, or something that I thought that I had to be just because I saw other spiritual girls doing that. I thought that I had to basically cut out everything that I love just to look like I'm healing, just to prove to people that I'm healing. But in the end, when we think about it, we're only hurting ourselves when we can't simply be authentic and know that this doesn't resonate with me. I don't want to be vegan. I like to eat good. I love a good cuisine. Okay? I like chicken. I like salmon. I like shrimp. And it's okay. But when I realized that, I was like, you know what? If I am going to eat these things, I'm going to make sure that they're organic. I'm going to make sure that they're the best quality so that what I am putting in my body, what I am feeding my temple, is not harming me. And if I want to smoke a little weed, I'll smoke a little weed, but I'll smoke it in an organic cone or in a joint. If I want to drink wine, I'll limit myself. You know, if I want to go out, which I don't, because I don't want to go out. But if you are one of those ones who do want to go out to a club and party and things like that, there's nothing wrong with that if that's who you are, if that's just what you love. If you love to have fun, it's okay. Just limit yourself. Just know what your limit is. Just know what's for you and what's not. What you're still doing out of conditioning versus what you know in your heart is authentically you. And it's okay either way. But don't feel like you have to go vegan, be boho chic, and just be like boring because you're spiritual, because you're healing, because you're evolving. When really, to me, it's like fun to get to know myself. Like that's how I have my fun. And sometimes I do go hang out or whatever, but most of the time it's not like out anywhere at like bars or anything. But at one point, like, I don't mind going to a bar. It's cool. You know, I mean, like, it's okay to have a drink or two. Like, it's really not the end of the world. I think that we get so caught up into what we think spirituality is versus really embodying spirituality. We think that it's an aesthetic. We think that we have to look the part instead of being the part. And that's the part that matters the most, is actually healing, actually evolving, actually embodying what you talk about, embodying the things that you consume. What's the point in being vegan if you're not healing? What's the point in going to ayahuasca retreats if you're still afraid to face yourself? What's the point in dressing boho chic if you don't like the way you look in those clothes? I found myself wanting to dress boho chic, and that's just not me. Yeah, I like my neutral colors, but I also like bright colors, vibrant colors, patterns. I also like to wear leggings and, like, you know, stuff that's fitting tighter because I love my body. And I do sometimes like to wear looser fitting clothes and boho chic type of clothes, but I don't limit myself to that. I let myself be who I am. I let myself experience life. I let myself experience spirituality because it's not a one size fits all type of thing. You have to know what path that you're on and be on that path so that you can be happy. Because if you're following what someone else is doing and you think that spirituality is only this aesthetic, then you're not going to be happy because you're not truly understanding what spirituality is to begin with. When it's really just an embodiment of self, knowing thyself. it's really just about being authentically you and not giving a fuck about what anyone else has to say. Not caring about, well, that's confirmation. Like I was saying, if you are one of those ones that you're still trying to find a way to fit in, because I was that one. I was like, well, if I'm spiritual, these are the type of people that I need to hang out with because they look like they're spiritual. They look like they're healing. But it's not even about looking like you do anything. It's about being that. And half the time, those girls were mean girls. Those girls were not a girl's girl, plenty. They were not for the girlies. And I realized that real quick. And that's when I realized, like, I don't want to be this generic type of girl that's healing. I want to still have fun. I still want to be myself. I still want to be this vibrant girl that I've always been, whether I'm evolving, healing, or whatever you want to call it, getting closer to God. I knew that I still wanted to just be myself, essentially. And being myself meant that I had to walk a path by myself just to figure out who I was, just to figure out what I wanted, just to figure out what type of friends I wanted to have, just to figure out what type of relationships that I wanted to have in my life, figure out what figure out what were the type of things that I wanted to consume in all aspects, and how much I wanted to consume them, and how much was too much, how much was not enough, and I needed to add a little more. And it was just a path that I had to walk along. And along that path, I met great people, and I'm still meeting great people along that path that resonate with me. So it's not so much about trying to fit in with this one size fits all type of community. It's about you walking a path on your own and creating your own community that you fit in and that others have decided that they fit into as well. Not you trying to change yourself to fit into what you think you're supposed to be. And so being authentic, it's a long journey, and it doesn't happen overnight, and it's really a long, lengthy process. But I think that it's worth it, because once you do find out who you are, you realize that everything that you've been settling for, everything that you thought you were, it's just not it. And it's so freeing, it's so liberating, and it just makes you really want to step more into your mission and into your purpose when you are authentically you. So I think that's really all I wanted to say in this video. I hope that you all received it well. If you love what I had to say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a lurker, thank you for being here, running the views up. So I hope that you guys have the most amazing day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next one.